Are you having a hard time deciding which Pioneer to go with?
Well, we're here to help. We have all the new AVHs right here, and we're going to tell you the differences. So stay tuned. So all the new Pioneer radios are out.
Yeah.
They have two series this year.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what they are?
The zeros and the ones.
That's right. 1 stands for limited distribution, and 0 stands for everything else. And in the everything else category, they have 5 radios. That's a ton of radios to choose from. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down features for you. So we're going to tell you features that they all have, features that they don't have, features that others have. You get the idea. Let's get going. They all have WVGA screens that are 800 by 480, LED backlit, clear resistive panels.
Okay.
These 4 guys here have 6.2-inch display screens.
Okay.
The 490 is a 7-inch motorized display screen. These 3 guys here, the 190, 290, and the MVH 290, are going to have 3 different background colors with blue lights for the control button. The 390 and the 490 are going to have 5 different display colors, 112 different button colors, 13 backgrounds, plus the ability to add a custom background. These radios you cannot add a custom background to. Home screen shortcuts, as well as display off and standby mode. X390 and the X490 you can also add on the AVH 290 add-on navigation system. Now, one of the big features is Bluetooth. These 4 radios here all have Bluetooth audio. This one does not. This one also does not have Bluetooth phone. Now, where that differs is these 2 guys here have the ability to do dual phone pairing, meaning have 2 phones paired actively at the same time. And by active, I mean you can make and receive calls from either phone, as well as play music from either phone. These 2 also have Siri Eyes Free, as well as Google Voice capability. So you can do push-to-talk features these do not have. Now they all have AM/FM with a Super Tuner 3D. They all have 18 FM presets as well as 6 AM presets. Sources that they also have in common, with the exception of this guy right here, these 4 guys have a CD/DVD player built into them.
Yeah.
This one does not. These 2, the 390 and the 490, also have the ability to do Pandora and Spotify control, both over Bluetooth as well as USB. Which brings us to the next feature they all have. They will all do USB. And they all have iPod control as well as thumb drive control over the USB. These 2 guys here are going to have the ability to do App Radio Live as well as do Waze control over USB on certain phones. These 2 will also play FLAC files over USB. They all have 50 watts by 4 of internal power. They all also have an auxiliary jack. They all will do a backup camera. They all also have, even though this doesn't have a video source built into it, they all have a video output. They will all also accept a steering wheel control interface. These 2 guys here are the only ones that come with handheld remotes. These will take a handheld remote, it's just an option you have to buy. They'll all also do 5 different languages of your choice. They all have a 1-year warranty. So now let's talk about some of the audio features and what separate these. So these 3 guys right here have 4-channel 2-volt output. And by that, it has a front RC output and a rear/sub RC output that's selectable. So it can either be rear or it can be sub. These 2 guys here have a 6-channel 4-volt preamp output, front rear sub. They also give the ability to do standard, which is front rear sub, or network mode, which is tweeter mid sub. These have a 5-band EQ. These have a 13-band EQ. They all have a crossover. The difference is the crossover built into these uses the frequencies 50, 63, 80, 100, and 125. The high pass is at 12 dB. The sub is at 18 dB. These add the frequencies 160 and 200 and expand it to 6, 12, 18, or 24 dB variable. These guys here also have 5-channel independent level control, so you can adjust the volume for each one, time correction, so that you can adjust the delay, as well as seat positioning, so you can tell it where you're sitting, which is part of time correction. Phase control for the subwoofer. They all have subwoofer volume. They all have loudness. These two guys here give you the ability to do the auto EQ setting. These two have bass boost. They also have mute control, so you can adjust how you want the mute to work, as well as SLA, source level adjust. Source level adjust allows you to control a source that, let's say the volume is either too high or too low, not matching. So like if you have a phone with Bluetooth and it's quiet and it's not as loud as, let's say, a radio or something like that, you can lift the volume of it up. They all have a 24-bit DA converter for all the cool sound that they do have. All right, so that's it. So that's the differences between the radios. I mean, to recap, you know, no Bluetooth, no DVD. So there are subtle differences between them depending on what you want to do. These two guys here, I would consider the sound quality ones out of the bunch, because they definitely have the bigger EQ pack. The Bluetooth on these also sounds way better than the Bluetooth on these, even though they all have Bluetooth. The Bluetooth on this is way better. All right, no reason to rehash everything we just told you. Go ahead and end the show.
Alright, so big one. And thank you for watching. You guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
Yes, and as usual, we do a Q&A on Mondays on Facebook Live, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So chime in, watch, or ask a question. We try to answer as many of them we can in the time that we're on. It's quite fun.
Yes, it's really fun. Alright.
Alright, you guys have a great night as usual, and we will see you later next time. Bye.